I want to talk about the absolute fastest way to build muscle. Now, a lot of people will make this claim, but a lot of people are also full of shit. I'm going to give you my experiences along with some of the published literature on the subject. A bigger muscle is a stronger muscle, and that's just a fact. I know a lot of people will say you got to count your sets. That's what's more important than high intensity. That's absolutely false. High intensity is, it's really the only thing that works. And I would say volume trainers, the only time they get any growth is when they really don't do a very good job of counting their volume and instead actually go to fatigue, like by accident. Hi, my name is Jaquish. I'm a doctor of biomedical engineering, which gives me a unique perspective beyond what a lot of sports scientists have to say on the subject of performance, strength, building muscle, nutrition, all those associated subjects. Today, I want to talk about the absolute fastest way to build muscle. Now, a lot of people will make this claim, but a lot of people are also full of shit. I'm going to give you my experiences along with some of the published literature on the subject. Also, I'm going to point out where the science has got it wrong, and I think maybe by design got it wrong, as in it was intentional to get it wrong. I know that's kind of a conspiracy theory, but once I explain this, it'll really open your eyes. So what I want to show you, and I'll put this up on the screen, but this is my force bar output screen for my deadlift. Now, a couple things I want you to take note of. I did 14 reps with my deadlift. Now, not all of those were full reps, and as you can see right here, they started full and they kind of start to trail off. I'm also, my average time up was 1.49 seconds, and I was slow on the down, 3.99 seconds, so almost 4 seconds as I'm coming down in the deadlift. So very slow and controlled. That's very important for injury avoidance, but also keep in mind this is a deadlift, which is basically the entire backside of the body exercise. I mean, traps, spinal erectors, glutes, hamstrings, calves, everything is involved when it comes to pulling off of the floor. But very high peak forces. The average peak force at the top was 697 pounds. So almost 700 pounds at the top. And you can see in the graph at the bottom that the bottom of my rep was about 300 pounds. So I was basically going from 300 to 700 within that range of motion. Now, when you look at that graph on the bottom, it's very important because you can see each rep, I came up and it slowly went down, but you can see the height and the width of each one of those bumps in the sine wave. You see at the bottom of this screenshot here. Each one of those is a little bit smaller every repetition. Why? It's because this was so intense that each repetition I'm starting to lose velocity, which means I start off with maximum muscular engagement. After the first rep, you can see the sine bump is a little narrower. And then I progress 4 more repetitions, and then I have another wider repetition where I kept the weight higher for a little bit longer, but you notice the peak is down. So like ultimately, what gets counted in that total force, in that 28,000 pounds of force that are captured during this deadlift, is everything under the sine wave. So the more area you have under the sine wave, the better force production capacity you delivered in each repetition. And so each rep, you see a little bit of fatigue happening, a little bit of fatigue, until the last repetition, I'm getting only to maybe 500 pounds, and I could only handle it for maybe a couple of seconds, like 1 second or something like that, and then I dropped off, and I realized that was complete fatigue. Now, this was one deadlift set. I do this twice per week. So I do my deadlift, and then maybe 3 or 4 days later, I do it again. And that's it. That's all I do. That's how high intensity this is, with massive accumulated fatigue. Now, the way I manage my programming, I follow the Westside Barbell X3 Academy, and you can find that on our website. And I use the force bar to measure. So it's 4 days a week of training. It's about half an hour each workout. There's some other stuff that goes in there other than X3, a lot of athletic movements. There's some jumping, some landing, some general calisthenics for, I think they call it general preparedness. You're always ready to deliver from an athletic standpoint. Like, you don't want to be an individual who might be able to lift a weight, but like you could pull a muscle getting off the couch. You don't want to be that guy. Like, you actually want to wire your body so that you can move and behave like an actual athlete, which is really a huge thing in the Westside Barbell programming, not in my original programming, mostly because that's not really my field of expertise. That's theirs. And I could have just like Googled some stuff and cobbled it together. I don't like that. I want to do the thing that I'm good at, and if I'm not the best at it, I want to recommend who's the best. I do the same thing with nutrition. Like, that's why I tell people to follow Professor Bart Kay, Dr. Anthony Chafee, Dr. Sean Baker for nutrition. I definitely will echo a lot of the things that they say, but those are the people you should really be following for the optimal nutrition advice. When I train like this, and this is what my sets look like. I only do 2 sets a week, separated by a couple of days for this exercise and really for all of them. But I get stronger every single workout, significantly. Usually beat my total force number by 1,000 pounds each time. At least lately, it's been going that way since I got back from Mexico. My last trip, I've really been focused on just smashing these numbers every single time, because ultimately a bigger muscle is a stronger muscle, and that's just a fact. I know a lot of people will say you got to count your sets. That's what's more important than high intensity. That's absolutely false. High intensity is it's really the only thing that works. And I would say volume trainers, the only time they get any growth is when they really don't do a very good job of counting their volume and instead actually go to fatigue, like by accident. That may be the only thing that drives them. And I'm going to do another video on how I know this. That's really the way it works. What I'm talking about is similar to what Arthur Jones was talking about, Mike Mentzer, and now Dorian Yates is really promoting this. And what he says is, if you're not getting stronger every workout, take a few days off and return with an abbreviated program. And that's what I have done using the Westside Barbell X3 Academy, and just ratcheted back just a little bit each time I don't get stronger, and I take about 3 or 4 days off, return, slightly abbreviated program, and I'm getting stronger every single time. I'm getting bigger every single time. I scale weight. I don't track it that much, but like, I mean, I can see with the musculature, especially now I'm a little bit leaner, it's easier to see. And coincidentally, you are more anabolic when you are leaner. Something to keep in mind. You should probably write that down. I hope this analysis helped. If you have any questions, also I want to point out, you don't need to get the force bar, which is where this graphic came from. It's expensive. It's $950. There's an upgrade for a little bit less if you already have X3, but what I suggest is the free app and then the regular X3. You count your full repetitions and you count your lengthened partials, or just partial repetitions, when you do the diminishing range. That is just as good, and you'll get, not as accurate as this, but you'll get an accurate count of what you're doing, and so you can check and make sure you're getting stronger every single time, because that makes you bigger every single time. Ask me questions in the comments. If you think I'm wrong, I'll be thrilled to argue with you, but bring research. If you think I'm right, please mention that too, because I like that a lot. Thanks. See you on the next one. If this video helped you, I want you to subscribe and follow. I'm going to put out videos on a regular basis. I think they're going to help a whole lot of people, especially if you're one of those people that doesn't just instantly grow from lifting regular weights. We've got the answer for you.